Hello, I am Sean of the Lore Hunter, and today I am trying out something new I am calling a demo deconstruction. And that means that I am, oops, one second, hold on Shinobi. I am doing a demo deconstruction, which means I'm going to take a look at some demo footage, in this case, the IGN demo footage from Gamescom, and apply what we've seen in the Sekiro So Far series I've been doing, and take what we've learned from that series and apply it to actual demo gameplay footage as it's happening. So yeah, with that, this is going to be just a little more loose, a little more casual. I'm still holding to I'm not going to wildly speculate, or this isn't my time to spew out my fan theories or whatever, but I'm going to take what we've learned from Sekiro So Far, and there may be slightly more subjective language used, but let's just have fun with it. And with that, let's let the shinobi get back to what he's doing. So you can see this player knows the route, and I think whoever is this Activision, if it's actually someone from IGN playing, they seem to know what they're doing. We're going to start it off here with your standard plunging death blow. Stab. And let's pause it for 1 second right here. And before we get to this guy, I've pointed this out in my appendix episode of gameplay and mechanics, but I want you to watch here because this is an interesting move to me that we don't see very often, especially against normal enemies. And what's going to happen here is they're going to deflect this enemy's attacks, and they're going to break his posture and get sort of a quick death blow, in which the animation for the death blow actually kind of starts before the player even prompts the death blow. It seems like it's this quicker version of the death blow if you break someone's posture by deflection. So with that, let's watch it play out. He goes running up. Deflect. 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 And you see that quick stab, and it starts zooming in even before the death blow is triggered, unlike other ones where it gets more cinematic after the prompt, after R1 is pressed. And here you can see they're sort of going around the outside, taking out enemies stealthily. We have the hanging death blow. We will quickly see another plunging death blow here. Same animation. And let's pause it again before we get to this guy. This is the samurai general. And I guess if you're looking at in the world, this is the samurai leading these other, what I'm assuming to be sort of mercenary troops based upon historical, of the time in the Sengoku era, that it would be the samurai would sort of hire these mercenaries. So they're not like exactly professional troops, but this guy, he's the real deal, and it definitely shows. And I think this gameplay here is my favorite, watching people in the demos go against the general, because I think besides the corrupted monk that he tests your skills the most, your understanding of the mechanics. And in this, you'll see the player doesn't use the ninja tools so much, but definitely sort of has the rhythm of the gameplay down, and definitely is able to do that nice blend of offense and defense that I think is sort of the intended way to approach combat in the game, outside of supplementing with your ninja tools. So with that, let's get into it. Two hits, follows by a deflects that jump. You'll actually see that's another death blow by breaking posture by deflection. Sort of backs away, gets a hit in, and fails to deflect that hit, but sort of getting this repetition down. A few hits, then deflect. And he almost breaks his posture here, but he gets hit and he backs off, which goes against him, as you'll see, because it gives the Samurai General the chance to use this move that you just saw that heals his posture. So it's definitely about keeping in on him, but correctly responding to the situation. You can see he gets another quick deflection to break his posture and take out the Samurai General, and he gets 9 white spirit emblems for that. And let's pause this one right here. So we're going to see with the next 3 enemies some standard frontal death blows. And one thing I haven't quite figured out is if there's 2 standard frontal death blows that are just from a, I guess when I say standard, I mean that they have been hit with R1 attacks and their posture has been broken. And sometimes there is this sort of side stab and they get thrown away, and then the other death blow is sort of this more they sort of grab their shoulder and stab in through the chest or neck or whatever. And I don't know what triggers one versus the other, and it could be an RNG thing just to add some variety, but I get the feeling that that's not how the death blows work in this game. One thing I really like about what I'm seeing from the design is how it's sort of driven by the player. Some people complain that there's not enough different variety of death blows shown, and I would argue from what we've seen so far that if you're not seeing a lot of different death blows, that's because the player isn't really mixing up what they're doing against enemies. If they're putting enough variety in, you should see Mikiri death blows, plunging, stealth, frontal, from behind. There's a lot of different ones, and they will play out differently on many enemies. So with these 2 basic ones, I haven't been able to figure out if there is a difference or if this is one area where it is just a little random. But let's get back into the gameplay and take a look, and feel free to comment if you can figure out the difference between them. You can see it's that stab and chuck. This archer will also be a stab and chuck. And then that's the different one. And maybe it was a difference of how, if they use the axe to break the posture or not, but I don't think that's exactly how it goes. But actually, I want to pause it again right here, just because I think this is a nice, for me at least, it's a sort of obvious detail, but it's just that environmental storytelling that I like. So you hopped up through a hole in this corridor for this building. You see the hole here looking into the next courtyard, and down below there's this big crater, and it sort of tells the story of a cannonball, a catapult, some projectile smashed through this building, probably pretty recently, for whatever, it's a time of warring states. Whatever conflict is going on, there's war happening, and you can see it here where some projectile has gone right through this building and put a big old crater on the other side. And that's just a bit of the storytelling, and that adds to the atmosphere that I really enjoy about FromSoft games. And it's sort of nice to see here, and you just build that little story in your head. So let's get back into it. Standard death blow against this lady. I don't know if that's how it'll look for enemies you pull off the wall, but at least that's how it works for her. Go up to his idol. Notice the 6 arms. Sneak attack on that guy. And you can see this player's basic strategy is he's going to get this guy eliminated, and then he's just going to back away and try to pick off the enemies so that he can effectively fight against the chained ogre. And that's sort of the role of regular enemies in this game. As you can see, they're set up to really be annoying. You saw that guy on top beating the little drum. He gets taken out by shurikens, which is good use of the ninja tools in that case. You can see here that he's just kind of ignoring the regular enemy because, well, he's got bigger things to worry about, quite literally. But once again, just the regular enemies, this is the role of sort of being that extra element to these mini boss battles. Because he's sort of keeping a medium close range, so we're getting a lot of kicks from the chained ogre. He's taking advantage of that attack where he can grapple, but you have to pull away pretty fast, and they get caught by a slam attack. He follows up with pretty quickly. You can see he blocked that one kick. And I don't know if this is sort of an intentional part of the demo footage, you know, they show the resurrection mechanic, but you've seen this happen a lot because he just goes ham on the chain ogre right after, so I think he sort of took the fall to show off that mechanic there. He sets him on fire, which messes him up, and then he gets a nice frontal death blow when he breaks his posture. And he gets 15 white spirit emblems. Happens every time so far I've seen with the ogre, and that pretty much wraps up this IGN demo. I think this is a really efficient gameplay through this section. We won't see the corrupted monk here. We won't see the headless enemy, and you know, or the snake. So this isn't the full thing, but for this main sort of body of the demo, it's pretty efficient. And so yeah, let's stop it here while he's looking out on this nice vista. So yeah, that's the sort of demo deconstruction for the IGN demo from Gamescom, not TGS. And let me know if you liked this different video, if you want me to do any more of these. You know, it's January 1st, 2019. Sekiro is coming out in about 3 months, and I am hyped as hell for it. And I am just doing what I normally do. I'd watch some demo footage again because I'm excited about the game, sort of thinking about what I know about it, and I thought I'd share it with you. Let me know if you'd like me to do it again. And going forward, we're just going to see if any other footage, any other stuff comes out. I imagine there will be. They're going to want to push, you know, I assume at least a little more information out there to keep people interested, people like myself hyped up. And yeah, thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe and ding a bell and do a chant or whatever, so that YouTube will let you know when the next Sekiro So Far video comes out, or another demo deconstruction if that goes well, and if people like that. So, again, thank you for watching.